Well, again, it's a great pleasure to welcome you back, Dr. Stay.
Thank you.
I have a question for you. In your book, The Secret Gateway to Health,
Yes.
you have a chapter entitled The Battery in Your Mouth. Now, what is that all about?
The battery in your mouth deals with actually, it started with a patient of mine who works for the gas company. And he came in and he said he would, and he brought this up. We were talking about what he needed in his mouth, and he asked me about, and I always like to explain the options and materials and all of this. And then he said, in the gas company, if I'm building something or if I'm connecting some pipes, they have to be similar in metal. Or if I mix, one type of tubing with another one, it can cause rot and problems. And he said, is that kind of similar with the mouth? And I said, absolutely. And I had never considered it from that viewpoint, that when you're building a home, of course it makes sense that the materials have to be similar with the pipes. And I asked my husband this too, and I said, I didn't mention any dental questions. I just said, does that make sense? And he said, oh yeah, of course. If you mix them, there's going to be problems. Now he knew, he and my patient described it more technically, but so I did some studies on that, and sure enough, there were some studies that were published, which are in my book, the references are in my book, that talk about the galvanic reactions between dissimilar metals that are in the mouth. And what they talk about is that it is like a battery effect, where if you have a silver mercury filling next to a gold or another metal, because there's several types of metals that are used for dental restorations. And if they're contacting, this can actually cause a battery effect and cause pain or discomfort. And yet when the dentist looks in there, well, there's nothing there. There's no cavities, there's no gum disease, and they may not even pick this up. So my recommendation is, if you need to get fillings and that type of thing, make sure that you ask the dentist to get similar metals.
So you literally could have a low-level electrical current
Yes.
taking place in your mouth and not
Absolutely.
know anything about it other than it's debilitating in some way and it
Yes.
could lead to worse.
Yes.
Well, thank you for that information, Dr. Stay. I'm sure we're all going to go and have that checked out as soon as we can. Look forward to talking to you again.
Thank you. My pleasure.